Okay guys, back for another cast with druid. Last time I logged out in uh, Strangleton Vale after completing a couple of level 34 and level 35 quests. So what I do is I flew to Undercity, and from Undercity to technically I'm in Altruid Mountains right now, but it's very close to Hillsbrad Foothills, the base, so it's Terran Mills right down here. So I picked up 3 quests there, and there's actually a 4th up here uh, by this guy, henchman Valik. So I think initially I'm gonna pick this quest up and hopefully not get too much aggro. I don't think so. These guys are level. Alright, so I'm supposed to give this guy a some kind of stout. I'm just gonna go stealth here. I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I did this quest, but I'm pretty sure there's one of these guys is a drunken something, and what is it? There he is. Drunken footpad. I'm pretty sure this guy can sort of give the stout that I'm looking for. And I guess what I should look out for the most here is not falling down, so no panic if I get too much aggro and run that way. Let's see. How do we get this guy the easiest? There's a lot of patrols here, as you can see. I think I'm gonna see if I can just get him like this. Perfect. Fairly low level, so I'm just gonna nuke him. There we go. And surprise, surprise, he gave the stout. The stout I'm gonna hand into this guy. And then I got the missive. I think, as you can see, afterwards he actually turns hostile, but yeah, never mind that. I got what I came for. So I'm gonna leave him be. And then I got 2 additional quests down here in Dalaran, or in the Dalaran area. Sorry. I just had a beer or 2, and I already have that, so I guess it goes out on my pronunciation. There we go. So I'm gonna go this way. It's a shortcut to where I wanna go. Downtown Dalaran. So the mobs here around level 34. I think it should be alright. Running through here. In case I get aggro, I'm just gonna continue running straight ahead. Oh, we actually got a few flowers here. That's worth picking up as well. No aggro. There we go. I do have a level 37 quest in there, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I mean, I have so many 34s and 35, so no need to do that right now. And just for pretty much for mentioning for myself here is that there can be a level, I think around 50 plus elite dragonkin in the neighborhood. Let me see. Oh. Take a look after him later, but he's very noisy, so should be that much of a threat really. And I forgot to put my hearthstone in Turn Mill, but it'll be alright. I'll just have to run back. Oh, I guess someone else is farming the same quest here. Wonder if these guys are immune, by the way. Yeah, that sucked. So all I got really is my flopping and they immune to nature damage, and that's my main spell. But so all I got pretty much is my arcane spell here, and yeah, and a good old beating with the staff here. At least mana won't be an issue here. So I think these guys can drop the Braces of Earth Binding. That's one of the quests, and the other quest is just pure killing, sort of. Yeah, you know what? Just gonna replenish everything here. And this deep rock salt, I think it's used for some kind of leatherworking, but I think I got like 60 of them already, so I'm just gonna save any further. Alrighty. I actually didn't know they could summon something like that. I mean that this guy could summon her, and she can actually summon something as well. Interesting. So I'm a bit interested in, okay, how far that guy went. There was, I don't know if you noticed, when I came by the first time there was a rogue here killing various mobs, but that's just fine. Some undead rogue. But the thing is, the mobs he killed, I'm not quite sure when they're gonna respawn, so probably be a little careful here. Okay. Wasn't sure if you could shoot through the chimney. I wanted. Oh, okay. I wanted to get a little closer here, so it wouldn't get sort of additional mobs. Gotta go for this guy now. There we go. And the last couple of guys that died for some pretty straightforward mobs, you could say. These, by the way, are used for opening coffers here. I haven't. It's pretty rarely that I do find. It's like you find way more keys than there seems to be coffers or crates or whatever it is. They should be hidden in these areas as well. I think I read about it once. Let's try this guy. Hurt quite a bit, actually. So, I had a mob spawn right next to me. The Dalaran summoner there, but you have a grace period of, I don't know, 10 seconds, something like that. before they sort of realize you're there. Or act to it anyway. I'm actually quite amazed I haven't found a single bracer of earth binding yet. See if I can get this guy solo. Yo. And a bracer, perfect. I got my safe little platform here because the mob that will spawn there is lying right there, so it's a good way to sort of don't get an extra surprise by a mob spawning right on top of me. So I can see when she sort of despawns the Dalaran summoner here, then they'll come new one eventually. She actually sort of went away there, so or sort of despawned. So probably won't be long before there are respawns here and probably there as well. So maybe I should find somewhere else to fight. Ooh, elemental earth. It's a crafting material. I wouldn't say it's that rare, but I didn't expect to find it on these mobs, to be honest. And now that I'm thinking of it, I think I actually forgot to get my new spells when I reached 38. I guess I'll survive, but next time I'm in Thunderbluff, that's definitely worth a little detour to go to the druid trainer. I guess I don't have to worry much about ambushes, at least from behind, because these mobs are fairly low, level 24 and 25, so I pretty much have to stand right on top of them to get aggro. It seems like I remember there was some elite elemental in 1000 meters where I had to get help as well because the mob was immune, rock elite or something like that. The mob was immune to nature damage as well, so I couldn't really do much there, and it wasn't an elite, so it was a little rough patch. What I mean is that, so I wasn't completely surprised that these guys had were immune to nature damage. Well, with this drop rate, I'm pretty glad I'm not on one of the new servers and have to share all these mobs with I don't know how many people. And we got another one. Good, because I'm running out of elementals here. I can imagine some of them have spawned here back in the beginning of the map. Or where I started initially. Yep. So I'm gonna use stamina buff for a change. It's more like I need that mana regeneration for once. Oh, that's actually... Oh. Well, what's an alliance strongbox? It's not the sort of coffers I was looking for. So I might as well sort of pull them from the outskirts of this sort of settlement, so I'm not gonna be shut in, you could say. So, a third more to go of the braces. See if I can pull this guy right between the mages. think I had somewhat more luck last time with these traces that I'm grinding here. That's the last one. I don't recall it was an issue really to get them, but I had to grind quite a few here, I think. Anyway, done. And unfortunately, like I said, I didn't get to... yeah, well, I forgot to put my hearth at Terran Mill. That would have saved me some. And by the way, we can... I was just thinking about if I had sort of explored the area over here. Just going to check it out now that I'm here. I don't think I'm going to have any further business here. And while I'm doing that, I can show you the mage that David lost his last warrior to. A level, I think, 30, probably 38 like me, something like that. There's all of the mobs here are sort of mid-30s, but there is I think it's probably an alliance quest NPC or something like that. Maybe he's probably not tagged as alliance. But he's somewhat higher level than the other guys. He's a level 40, I think he's standing right there. Archmage and Sire. He doesn't have sort of the alliance logo, so. But I think he was fighting that guy, and then he got a disconnect, and it was game over, unfortunately. There's a little bonus fate leaf here. That's kind of perfect. The Bruce Weed I'm not gonna bother with. But it doesn't look like, you know, there's nothing else to explore here. It's still just Dalaran. So it just looked sort of a bit murky or muddy or whatever you want to call it over here on the map. Anyway, 3 quests complete. So I don't want to get too close to that mage. So I'm gonna hand in these 3 quests, and unless they give me a new 34 or 35, I'm gonna move on to Arathi Highlands. I'm pretty sure there was a level 35 quest there as well. It was called Land Ho or something. I'm just gonna show you when I'm in a little sort of safer area than this, which could be pretty much now. Down here is a guy there, Land Ho, from Lolo the Lookout. I think it's maybe just be go talk to those guys, maybe even in Booty Bay. So that might be sort of a, well, when you fuck up and you're lucky anyway. I'm not quite sure what that's called in English. Fool's luck or something like that. So 14 guys online here in almost prime time in on a Friday evening here, and that of course has to do with the new servers. I'd say people are slowly returning. When it was worse, we were like 3 guys left in the pretty big guild. I think we are talking 1,000 members here. Yeah, 954. Many of them are probably inactive already, but they seem to be quite the guys that sort of run this guild. It's just a mere leveling guild, nothing more. But the guys that run it, the officers, they seem to be pretty, you know, ops on sort of kicking people that are inactive. So I'm just gonna sell some of all this crap I've got and do a little repair here by Ott. Interesting name. How you doing, pal? These I can just throw them out, really. There we go. Okay, apparently that was it. Okay, he gives a 36. I'm gonna pass for now, I think. So, just gonna boost this guy. So the few of us that are left here, we better sort of help each other as much as we can. On the server, I mean. I think people are coming back. It reminds me a lot of like SOD when it got introduced. There was a complete drain here on the server as well. It's like I wouldn't say it's fully dead or anything. It's hard to get a dungeon group going, defo, but it's not impossible. And especially if you know a few guys, stuff like that. So David was a little sad because he has a new internet connection. He's been waiting a long time for it, and when he finally got it, and everybody left, and it's hard to get a 60 dungeon going. But I told him to maybe get a group going in this guild. Talk to some of the other level 60s, and maybe make some kind of sign up for doing 60 dungeons. I'd love to do, when I reach 60, to do, say, Skolomans and dungeons like that. At least for starters. Let's see where it goes from there. I guess the first goal is just to, not just, but to become level 60. Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to Lolo the Lookout. And we got layer 1 here, so it's not all bad, really. Goldthorn, yeah, I'll take it. You know what, I'm just gonna run back to the road, even though these mobs are fairly low level. Like I've preached a couple of times, I lost my second warrior here due to getting intermingled in spiders and buzzards and stuff, so I got whipped and slowed and swamped, really. And died miserably over to my greed of trying to get an iron vein that I didn't even need in the first case. Anyway, to get back on track here, I need to get down in this sort of cove. And, oh shit. I have to watch out for these guys. First time I'm not moaning about them, I'm almost running into them. So there are, how many are there? 3 elites, I think. Yeah, they could be, I can imagine, pretty rough to get rid of. They're part of an elite chain series here in around the Highlands, and usually people sort of get a group going. For them, it's some of these quests may be soloable. I prefer to do them in a group, and some of them are definitely not soloable, so you might as well sort of do all of them in a group. So what most people do is pretty much do all the normal quests, that including chains that lead up to these sort of elite quests, and then start adding for a group. I think I might actually... Oh. I might actually do a little sneaky peeky here. I think there's one more of these sort of buzzards coming down here. Odd. What I'm looking for is not the vein, of course, but there was some steel bloom somewhere here. Ah, there we go. Well camouflaged, I think. So a little defensive measure here. Because I knew there was one more buzzard. Oh shit, there's actually quite a few. So instead of getting aggro from all three of them, I'm just gonna run back. I think I'm gonna sneak by them instead. There we go. I thought there were one, but there were three. And you know how out of mannequin doesn't like to get hit by multiple mobs at the same time. I feel awfully squishy, I must admit, versus melee attacks. Including these, the quests I just did. I mean, the mobs are 3, 4, 5 levels below me and they still hurt quite a bit. Sure, I got my healing over time to sort of keep things going, but it's still, I think I take a lot of damage. But like I said, when I reach 2 more levels, it must be level 40, and I should be able to get Moonkin form. Let's see. Bingo. And in Moonkin form, like it says, contribution from items is increased by 360%. Armor. That should help quite a bit. So there are, I think, at least 3 quests over here, but yeah, 2 of them are level 40 and then there's level 35. And like I said with 35, I seem to recall that I have to go talk to someone in Booty Bay, which is pretty perfect because I got my hearth there. How are you doing, pal? Oh. Or talk to this guy first. Oh, and that's it, maybe? Okay, so I remembered wrong. There's nothing in Booty Bay here. So I think I'm gonna call this an episode, guys, and then we're gonna find out which quest to continue with afterwards. So as usual, thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Maybe take care. Bye bye.